Hey guys, it's the full-time drama queen. I'm coming on here real quick just to talk about resiliency. I'm coming on here to talk about how to be resilient. Now, there's no guide to how to be resilient. Okay? It just kind of comes with experience in life. And to be honest with you, it comes from within and from a place of strength. Let me tell you what's been going on as of lately. So, boom. My dealer's license is on the way. But before all of this stuff was kind of in motion, I was already selling cars through the auction. And with the auction, there's a lot of taxed on fees. But you think that you're getting a good deal, especially because you're bidding, and if somebody's not interested in that car, then you pretty much shoot your shot and hope for the best that nobody else tries to bid higher, and you get the car that you're looking for. So the first car that I got was a 2009 Volvo. If you look in my dad and I how to, we did a battery change on this car. That was the first car I ever got from the auction. I think I bid like 800, got it for 800. Then with all the tax on fees, it came to more than what I bid it for. Let's just put it that way. When I tell you this was a disaster, okay? We get to the car. That bitch don't start. Good things about the car. It looked good on the outside. Looked good on the inside. The battery was dead. Had to put it in a whole new battery. There was no acceleration from the pedal. So when we eventually got it started, the pedal wouldn't work. And then once we went to a junkyard to switch out the pedal, which we did ourselves, we realized that didn't work. So at this point, Shorty, i.e. myself, who's doing this business, is spending mega cash on this Volvo. Like, we ended up staying the night because, listen, we needed to give this car a tune-up. We needed to do so many different things with this car. And at that point, I said to myself, what the fuck have I got myself into? Because not only was I spending mega cash, but this car wasn't looking like it was gonna work. It wasn't looking like it was gonna be beneficial to the bag, you know? So we take that bitch to Volvo. Take to Volvo. We're gonna charge us $150 for the diagnostics. Okay. So charge us that $150. Bam. Let us know all the codes. Let us know everything that's wrong with it. And sure enough, the pedal needs to be fixed and replaced. So we had to order another pedal. Although we had a pedal, they were going to give us a pedal from Volvo. So my dad had repeatedly said to this man, please check everything else in the car so that we know what's to fix it. Because we were driving it, it wasn't going more than about 40 miles per hour. I mean, it was just so frustrating. And it felt like nothing could possibly go right. So back to resiliency, right? that is something that is innate in myself. It's innate. I cannot give up. I'm like a rubber band. You fling me, I'ma bounce the fuck back at you and probably bust your eye out. When I tell you, I have never experienced so much BS in the course of trying to start a new business. I know getting your dealer's license is not easy, and there's multiple ways of going about it. But what I realized is that if you're not built to, number one, spend money on repairs, if you aren't able to troubleshoot and work with trial and error, if you're not willing to lose, I don't suggest you do it. With resiliency, though, taking the wins and the losses, you'll be all right. Because not only did we have problems with that Volvo, we had a Dodge 150 van, heavy duty. The first two vehicles I ever sold or really tried to sell was these two vans. One was a 2010 and one was a 2007, I believe. Now, the connect for that was a relationship my dad had with somebody else. He knew this guy through, years of living in Essex County. So we had a business relationship already established, and this man was selling these vans for the low. So I hopped up on it. I took my little monies. I bought both of the vans, had a clean titles, except for one. And the DMV's on their bullshit right now because you can't get an appointment until months out. And if you do get an appointment, you better be gosh darn ready for that appointment and don't screw up. Have your paperwork ready. Because if you don't, you're going to be screwed. So we had these two vans. We were thinking, it's going to be a clean profit. But you have to understand one thing. You learn from making mistakes. And you don't make the same mistake twice, hopefully. Because if you do, most likely, you didn't learn the first time. So, all of these lessons that I'm learning, I'm trying to not make the same mistakes twice. Because these are expensive mistakes. The first van went like this. The second van was shown at our house. And the man came and sold the goddamn van in the middle of the night. Not only did he steal the van, he stole the catalytic converter out the van. He fucked up the ignition in the van. He busted the window in the van. And not to mention, did I mention this? The transmission was fucked up. This was a clean $5,000 profit. Instead, the profit margin was like $1,000 with all the repairs that we had to do. It was expensive. But on the bright side of things, we got that baby sold to the highest bidder. Don't sell outside your fucking house. Because anything can happen. And we did not have cameras on the property that were recording at the time. So with that being said, don't ever do something like that. You learn, you live, and you prosper. Hopefully by learning from your mistakes and not giving up on yourself. Because if I would have gave up on that van, which I started to, we had to pick it up from the pound, pay for it being in the pound. You know, the whatever you call that shit. I'm calling it the pound. That was $400. Fixing the ignition was like $2,800. Fixing the transmission was $2,800. Fixing the ignition, we got it for the low because we knew somebody. The catalytic converter was cut out the van. A catalytic converter is so freaking expensive. I didn't know cars are expensive. But we got it for $350. But the moral of the story is, guys, I have support for my dad. But not only do I have his support, I have his dedication, his knowledge, and he's teaching me everything I need to know. But that doesn't negate the fact that I had to put in a lot of work with my father to get these deals to go through. And if it wasn't for us and me changing my mindset, because y'all know, if y'all follow my channel, I talk about mental health. This was a lot on my mental health. Not only my pockets, but my mental health. And I'm still not where I want to be, but guess what? I'm not going to give up. And I don't suggest anybody who's watching this video in this story time give up. Because you never know when your time is going to come. Stay diligent. It's not a race. It's a marathon. This is the Full-Time Drama Queen signing out. This story time was brought to you by Scotway Motors. And I'm super excited to share some more information about my business once it is completely up and running. God give me the grace to continue because this was a long quarantine. I mean, when they stole the van, it was like 3:00 in the morning, and I was so disturbed because wasn't sure if they were stealing it. I went outside, I looked, I was like, oh, okay, whatever, but heard this loud ass noise, and then they took the van, and then it was lights out. Didn't peep till the next day that it was gone, and then after that, it was too late because. Yeah. And then my dad, doing his due diligence, said to him, yeah, you better drop that shit off. Period. And we got the call the next day from the pound. So that was crazy. Now I'm selling a 2009 Impala LT. And I'm selling my Mercedes-Benz that was in my renovation video. Fully new, painted. It has some issues, but for the most part, great condition. I just want to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I started off earlier this year probably with 100 followers or subscribers, and now I'm at 218. My watch time is amazing, and I want to continue to make content for you guys, but I really, really, really need a favor. I really need you guys to subscribe. I really need you guys to share this video, this story time. It's really crazy how everything went down. Share whatever you see on my page that you feel like is good for you and can benefit someone else. Comment, like, let's stay in touch. Follow me on my socials at the FT Drama Queen. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.